So I'll give you a little background about myself. I've been in dental marketing for close to 7 years. I've worked for a variety of different companies, all that are dental marketing specific. And through my experience in the industry, I realized that there was no company out there that was focusing on the power of video and how it can create emotional connections with your patients and help your overall online exposure. So first, we're going to talk about why Google loves video. So in March 12, 2019, Google released a major update to their search algorithms. In the past, they'd always made up funny names for their search updates called like Panda or Penguin. And to kind of take a little poke of fun, they just titled it March 12, 2019 update. So a little different than what they've done in the past. This update had the biggest effect on what's called a YMYL website, which stands for Your Money, Your Life. This is any website that offers advice, legal advice, financial advice, or medical advice. Basically, any site that can negatively or positively affect your health, wealth, or happiness fits into this category. Google uses what they call an EAT score, or an EAT score, to score these types of websites, which stands for expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. Now, to really understand what Google is trying to accomplish, we need to understand what Google's end goal is. Their first priority is providing the most relevant results in their user search inquiries. We all know that when we go to Google and type in something, that we're going to find an answer, or we're going to find it quickly. Everything else, especially their ability to make a profit, is dependent upon having as many eyes as possible on their search engine. In fact, Google accounts for 96% of the US market in the search engines. The algorithm that they uses over 200 different factors. There's some main ones that we're going to cover, and then there's a bunch of ones that, as a marketing company, you're constantly trying to figure out and stay up to date with. Basically, what they want to do is avoid what's called black hat SEO techniques. There's white hat, which is what Google says, hey, this is good practice, this is what you should be doing. Black hat is when marketers get a little too smart for their own good and start doing things that are cheating the system. So why is video so powerful when it comes to raising your EAT score? We've all heard the saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, a video is worth 1,000,000 if that's the case. I mean, if you are going online and you see a video of a doctor talking about a service as opposed to reading text or seeing a photo, it's going to resonate with you a lot more. And Google is all about providing the best possible user experience. They want people to know when they type a question into their search engine that they're going to find the content in the way they want to consume it. And right now, people want to consume video content. Cisco, the large corporation, predicted that by the end of 2021, 82% of all internet traffic is going to be video streaming. Now, obviously, the Netflixes, the Hulus, the Amazon Primes have a huge chunk of that pie, but it shows you that the way that consumers want to interact with their favorite brands these days is through video. And that doesn't just stick to retail brands, it's dental brands, medical brands. Any type of company that's going to be advertising needs to utilize video. In the past, video was reserved for large corporations with big bankrolls who could afford to buy commercial spots and all the production that needs to go into video. But with advances in technology, and in particular the emergence of the internet and social media, it's given way to small businesses being able to afford to put out high quality video content and distribute it to the masses just as a large corporation would. So I'm going to show you some stats. A lot of people think that video is just for millennials. While that may be the case, the baby boomer generation is actually consuming video content at all-time highs, and that number is getting higher and higher with each month. 51% of people over the age of 50 still account for 51% of all consumer spending. So it's important to pay attention to that. 1 in 3 baby boomers use YouTube to learn about a new product or service. 4 out of 5 people say they typically switch between online search and video when researching services or products to buy. 55% of people search for a service or product on Google and then go to YouTube to learn more about that product before buying it. So why does this matter to you? Now we're gonna go over what types of videos we're gonna use on your website and in your marketing, and give you some actionable items that you can do on your own as well. So, the first type of video we're gonna go over is a banner video. Here is Dr. Arun Garg's website that we built for him. Just give you a quick little. So as you can see, instead of having a static image on the homepage, we have what's called a video banner or a video header. This is a much more engaging tool. So your most important real estate on your website is the homepage and what's called above the fold. Above the fold refers to anything that you can see on the homepage before scrolling down. So instead of having a static image or a stock image of a smiling family where you can't tell what ethnicity they are, we've all seen those, they're everywhere on dental websites. You have a video that actually shows the practice. You know, in other videos, and I'll show you a different example, this is a good place to show you interacting with your staff, interacting with your patients, bring out the local landmarks that are present. So in this video, we use much more of showing the doctor interact with the staff and the patients. Really wanted to drive home that emotional connection. Because with video, you can show yourself actually doing things. It's not just a photo. This gives your patients the time to see, oh, your office is beautiful. You have the nicest equipment. This person looks like someone that I want to be in my mouth for hours. So a practice overview video is a 2 to 3 minute commercial for your practice. This is where we take footage from our overview videos and slice that up to create video headers. The overview video is where you're getting your chance to tell your why you are a dentist, why you want to help other people, why you decided to set up shop where you did. This is where you can bring in the community connection and that emotional connection. So I'll show you an example of one of the overview videos.
Hi, I'm Dr. Logan and the owner here at Lori Logan DDS. I opened the office in 2005 when this building was first built and have been going strong serving Cypress area families ever since. In college, as I explored different possibilities within the medical field, I really fell in love with dentistry and also loved the ability to get to combine art with science and to really change people's lives through their smiles. One thing that sets us apart is that we take a very comprehensive approach to care.
So you guys get the point. I don't need to play the whole thing for you. So again, this is where you tell your story about why you are in dentistry, why you want to help other people. Because at the end of the day, in the eyes of a patient, there's nothing that separates you from the dentist down the street until they start to see stuff like this. This is where you can show why you're different and why they should choose you over your competitor down the street. Now we're going to go into what we call patient testimonials. This is where you can let your patients do the selling for you. There's nothing like seeing someone else that's used the product or service and seeing the type of results they had to really drill down in that patient's mind, that prospective patient's mind, why they should choose you, how you can help enhance their life, give them the confidence to smile again. So I'll play a quick little one of these.
My name is Brenda Brewster, and I'm actually a middle school assistant principal here in Cyfair. Dr. Logan and her team are extremely warm. It's always a pleasant visit every time I come. The level of patient care is absolutely top-notch.
So again, I know you guys have been here all day, so I don't need to play the whole video for you. But you get the point. This is where you can really let your patients do the selling for you. There's something to be said about online reviews. We all know the power of online reviews. Now, where this is not necessarily what you would classify as an online review, like a review on Google or a review on Yelp, people still check these out. When they're on your website, we see that patient testimonial pages are one of the most viewed pages on our clients' websites. And that's the reason is they may have been referred by a friend. So they go to the website, they go check out what other people have to say, because as humans, we're naturally curious. We want to make sure that where our friend or family member is sitting us is the right place for us. So when they can see the way that you interact with other patients that aren't necessarily their family or friend, it really drills down like, okay, this doctor is the right person for me. This is who I'm going to choose to give me my dental care. Now we're going to talk about the future of reviews. So this is pretty exciting. For the past year, Google has actually been beta testing the concept of video reviews on their platform. So instead of people leaving text reviews as they would now, they would actually leave a video review directly onto your Google My Business page. This further shows that Google is realizing the power of video. And in fact, I mean, they've already realized it. That's why they're making all these updates to their algorithm to reward people who use video. When Google makes changes, they always come out and say, at first, like with mobile websites, they said, we would like for everyone to have a mobile website. About a year later, they said, if you do not have a mobile website, you are not going to rank well in the search engines. Now they're saying, we would like everyone to use video. My guess is in 6 months to a year, they're going to come out and saying, if you're not utilizing video, you will suffer in the searches. They're all about analyzing data and trends, and again, trying to cater to the best possible user experience. So when they see that video testimonials are becoming very viewed pages on their websites, because they track everything. Google Analytics knows exactly what pages are being viewed. If your SEO company has set it up correctly, they know what the title of that page is. So they're able to really, figure out exactly what's going on. It's kind of scary the amount of information they have on us. Reviews actually can count for up to 30% of your ranking. And a lot of SEO companies don't like to admit this and pass off some of their abilities to a different product. But online reviews are huge. It's extremely important that you either have a strong internal program in place to promote leaving reviews, or that you're using some sort of software that automatically integrates with your practice management system to send out reviews. Also, you want to be careful that you are abiding by Google's rules when leaving reviews, or trying to gather reviews, I should say. If you do it in what they consider an unethical way, they will kick you off of their search engine and blacklist you. And it's basically website suicide when that happens. You can't get back on. You can go through an appeal process. That appeal process takes 6 months to a year, and by that time you could have built a new website and got the website ranking again. So make sure that you're consulting with either your marketing company, or all their bylaws are posted openly on their website, so you can go and find those. Now we're going to talk about video SEO. This is the most powerful product in the marketplace right now, in my opinion, from a marketing aspect. This is where we create 24 to 36 videos of the doctor and staff answering frequently asked questions as they pertain to the services that they're advertising for. So let's say dental implants. A good marketing company is going to do back-end research to figure out which key phrases or keywords have the highest volume as they relate to the services that you're advertising for. So some of the most common key phrases as they relate to dental implants are, what is a dental implant? How much do they cost? Is there financing available? Does my insurance cover dental implants? Am I a candidate for dental implants? Once we figure out which key phrases have the highest volume, we're going to turn around, we're going to craft questions, script out the answers, and when you come out to do the video shoot, you want to have everything scripted out. The pre-production and post-production are the most important part of the video process. To be 100% honest with you, capturing the video content itself is really not that hard. You can give the videographer a shot list, tell them, hey, this is what I want to accomplish. But if you have it all scripted out, you're going to be efficient, you're going to know what you want to say, you're not going to bumble over your words, you're going to get it done much quicker than if you just kind of wing it. So, I'll show you an example of video SEO.
Dental implants are the closest thing to a natural tooth and are able to mimic your smile and your chewing capabilities from about 90 to 99% of normal. They consist of 3 components: the implant itself that goes into the bone, the crown, that's the smile, and a connecting piece that's known as the abutment. This 3-piece combination provides a complete, beautiful smile that preserves the surrounding bone.
I'm not sure how well you guys can hear that out there. but usually the videos are gonna have closed captioning. When they're uploaded to Vimeo or YouTube, which is where we suggest that you host videos when you're using them online, we put closed captioning on them, and it serves two purposes. Most people are watching videos on their phone at work, so they can't have the volume on. That one's a no-brainer. Two, it gives a script to Google on the back end. Google knows there's a video on your page, but they do not know what that video is of. They know what the title of the video is. If you've tagged it correctly, they kind of have an idea of what you're talking about. But when you put closed captioning on, it actually provides them a script. And to them, that's another piece of unique content that you're putting out to try to play by their rules. Because again, it's all about aligning your goals with Google's goals. If Google wants to put out high quality content and reward small businesses for putting out high quality content, then it's in your best interest to listen to what they're gonna do, because they have the ability to send tons of traffic to you. In Q1 of this year alone, there was 150 billion searches in the United States. And again, 46% of that is going to organic search. 7% of that is going to paid ads. 6% of that is going to Google affiliated websites. So they realize that their bread and butter is the organic search, that they're not gonna sell any of their ad space if people aren't going there for the right reasons. The last thing we want is to go to Google and all of a sudden it just be filled with ads. So they're constantly trying to walk the line of, okay, how do we get our numbers up, but how do we keep our product what it is and what's made them who they are? All right, so this is where I wanted to actually get a little bit more interactive. I'm gonna give you guys some do-it-yourself tools that you can actually use to check the health of your online website. So first we're gonna talk about NAP. NAP stands for name, address, and phone number. This is one of the most commonly overlooked things when it comes to an online presence. With the amount of online directories there are these days, and these directories a lot of times let users update your directory listing, or they'll auto-generate listings based upon other listings they find on other websites. So there's around 100 directories that are most commonly used. You want to make sure that your NAP, which is your name, address, and phone number, are clear and concise across the board. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, how am I going to figure out where I'm listed on every directory? The free tool right here, so if you text DIY to that phone number, it's going to send you a link back, and the link will have a couple different tools, but the first tool is going to be a directory cleanup tool. You simply put in your business address, your business name, phone number, and it needs to appear as exactly how you would have it appear online. So try to think of, the way you have it on your Google My Business page and put that one in there, because it's gonna find every single listing or appearance of your business online and show you the results for that. Duplicate content. Now, this one is a big one in the eyes of Google. They do not like duplicate content. And duplicate content is commonly used by lots of marketing companies. Basically, they're gonna recycle their content on all of their members' websites. While it's good to have duplicate content as opposed to no content, Google does not recognize you as an expert or an authority in the field if you're using the same content as 1,000 other dental practices. There's a really simple way to check this out, and that's if you just go to one of your service pages, like go to your dental implants page on your website, copy and paste, or copy the first sentence and then go into a new browser and just plug it into Google search. And I'm gonna guess that probably 70% of you out there are gonna find websites that have the exact same content, and you're gonna look at the bottom and you're gonna see that the person who built that website is also the person that built yours. Or you can use the tool that is texted to you. So there's a link where you can just plug in your website and it'll run it through a plagiarism check. Now, some of you might be thinking, okay, how many different ways can we write an article about dental implants? And the question is, or the answer is, there are really not that many ways. But what you do is you put citations into your content. So, at Johnson Dental, we believe in placing these types of implants, and whatever it may be, whatever makes it unique about what you do. And citations are what makes it unique, because that's talking about a location, the name of your practice, the name of your business, your name, whatever it may be. And they want it to fall under 30% duplicate. Once you go over 30% duplicate, that's when it gets flagged as actual plagiarized content or duplicate content. So if you stay under that 30% number, you're good to go. Now, schema markup. This one is huge, and it's not a one that many people look at, or even many SEO companies are doing at this point. Schema markup is a code that you put on your website that basically spoon feeds the information to Google in a format that they want. It makes it easier for them to decipher the content on your website and then rank you accordingly. There's also going to be a link to a free schema analysis, and this tool is actually Google's tool. So it's a Google Search Console tool. You plug in your website, it'll do an analysis and show you all the different errors that you have, or if you don't have any errors, it'll show you that as well. And again, you can think of schema markup as like, all right, you built your website, you have all this content on your website. In the past, people would call these sitemaps. And some of you may be familiar with what a sitemap is. A schema markup is like sitemap on steroids. It gives Google the information they want in the exact way that they want it. And again, it makes it much easier for them to index you and rank you much quicker than in the past. I'm sure you've all been told by an SEO company, oh, it takes about 6 months to get you ranking. And many of you may think that's just something they say to get you to sign up and have 6 months to figure things out, but it's the truth. Google needs time to figure out what's going on your website. They don't want someone to build a website and then change all the content on it to something else, because that's something that black hat SEO people used to do. They would like create a celebrity gossip website, throw in like Kim Kardashian, Kanye West type keywords in there that everyone is searching for, build the website rankings up, and then the next day it would be a dental website. So you would get all this traffic, and it's not quality traffic, it's not the traffic that you want, but it was tricking Google. So again, SEO is a slow play game. There are different ways to accelerate things with like paid ads. Paid ads is like a sprint. You turn on the switch, you're gonna expect a return on your investment that month. SEO is a marathon. You gotta be in it for the long haul, and you really gotta think of it more as a long-term branding approach too, because just because people aren't clicking on your website, that doesn't account for all the impressions and eyeballs that are at least on your name. It's all about staying in the forefront of the consumer's mind. So that wraps it up for today. I'd love to answer any questions that anyone has, and if anyone's brave enough, we can pull up someone's website and actually do a live analysis of that. So does anyone want to volunteer? Okay. What's your name? Okay. What's the URL of your website? So what we'll do is we're going to copy and paste this right here. Oh, look, it looks like they pulled it right off of Colgate's website too. So you see, these are all the results right here that almost exact wording is being used. But let's see. I bet you this is an office site website. And if I'm wrong, I'll give you a free website. And it is an office site website. So office site is notorious for this. They have 8,000 clients, and their business model is not a high-end marketing model. It's more of the churn and burn. They make it easy, affordable, and they've been around for a while, so they have a big name. I'm pretty sure Henry Schein might have just acquired them as well. So if your Henry Schein rep starts pushing office site, you'll know why. Now let's check out, let's run it through a schema markup. So this is Google's tool that I sent you guys a link to if you texted that number. We're just gonna hit run test. Now, office site sometimes does schema markup, so we'll see. It looks like they actually, yeah. Your site has schema markup, that's great. And schema markup is actually a pretty easy thing to fix. So if you do find that your website does have schema errors, just tell your marketing company, and they either just overlooked it, maybe they don't know what it is, pretty sure they probably do. And it's something that they can just go in and add very easily, and that they should have already added. So this is a good way to kind of hold your marketing company to the fire and say, hey, please fix this. It already should be fixed. Now we will go through and check your directory listings. All right. So how's your business listed? Is it Smiles with Beverly? More Smiles with Beverly. Do you have any anything behind that, or is it like, you know? Okay. More Smiles with Beverly. And what is the street address?
2407 West 104th Street.
And where's that located? Chicago. What's the zip?
60655.
Is there any unit number on there? A unit number or like office number? Okay, cool. And then what's your office phone number?
773
Okay.
980 8900.
All right, and then your website. Okay. So your reviews are missing schema. And it's still scanning the rest of your directories. So while this is finishing scanning, you'll see that there's going to be a ton of directory listings that you didn't even know this website existed. And unfortunately, that doesn't matter because Google knows that they exist. So you want to make sure that you're either working with a company or have a tool that monitors your online directory listings. There's lots of tools available in the marketplace, and most marketing companies include directory cleanup in their SEO services. So just make sure that if you are working with an SEO company, that you ask them why your directory listings aren't up to date if you're paying for that. And most, I would say 90% of SEO contracts will say directory cleanup in there because it's one of the most important things to your SEO strategy. So let's see. 56% of businesses in your region have better reviews, 90% missing schema tags on your website. You have no review, and some of these review things don't matter very much. Perfect rating on Yelp, that's great. Let's see. Yeah, so looks like the directory listings, it's not really finding them online. Yeah, so I would talk to OfficeSite and just say, hey, you know, make sure my directory listings are up to date, and they should fix that for you. No problem. So yeah, that about sums it up. Unless anyone has any questions for me, I'd be more than happy to answer or analyze anyone else's website. I know you guys have had a long day. Yeah.
You talked about Google video. What about using video ads on Facebook?
Yeah, huge. If Facebook, when you have a video in your ad, there's an 82% higher engagement rate as opposed to just photos or text. People like to interact with video more. When you scroll down your feed and you see a video playing, you're much more likely to stop on it and at least watch it for 5 to 10 seconds. So Facebook actually says, like, they'll recommend, do not make your video longer than 15 seconds because most people won't make it past 15 seconds. And you want to make it something that catches their attention to where there is an offer in it. Facebook is the second largest search engine besides a Google-owned subsidiary. Like, you know, YouTube is the second. They're actually saying now that Google Images is its own search engine in itself. So that would make it the second largest search engine, and YouTube would be number 3. But Facebook is the largest place for traffic and advertisers outside of Google. And videos are huge on there for a reason, because when people are on Facebook, it's a much more social atmosphere than Google. You may not even know you're looking for something, and all of a sudden you're on a page you didn't even know how you got there. And also you can do a lot of retargeting on Facebook. So if I search for dental implants in the last 30 days, I live in a certain zip code, I make a certain amount of money, I even visited a Mercedes-Benz website within the last 30 days, I can set up different parameters to where I only show ads to people that fit that criteria. And I can show it from 6 to 9 in the morning and then 6 to 9 at night, and that's it. And you can be very choosy with how you spend your budget. Further, you can put what's called a pixel on your website. And pixels are a marketer's dream. What it does is it tracks all the traffic that you get from anywhere on the website, or any Facebook traffic, sorry. Once it creates a pixel, you can create what's called a custom audience or a lookalike audience. So it's gonna analyze all of the data and all the traffic that your website's received, and it's gonna create lookalike audiences and exclude the people who've already been to your page and create a lookalike audience that matches the different KPIs that you've set out. So whether it's demographics, location, level of education, level of income, all those things, it's gonna take and create lookalike audiences. And then you can use those audiences on Facebook when you're putting together an ad. So you can go down a rabbit hole with a pixel. I mean, there's so much going on, and to be quite honest, I'm not a huge fan of the way Facebook has their ad management system set up. It's really clunky, and they're constantly trying to improve it, but they are the second biggest player. And you can get really effective results with Facebook ads. However, Google is much more predictable. I know that if I have X amount of budget that I can generate X amount in production for an office. Facebook, much more hit and miss. We've had some practices that are doing great with Google ads and great with Facebook ads, and then another practice that's 30 miles away doing great with Google ads, but their Facebook ads just aren't working. And it's the type of clientele that's coming in, or the type of patient that's coming in. Sometimes you'll get a lot more shoppers and people that are looking for the best price. So you want to be careful with the messaging you use. And I tell this to everyone, marketing is about throwing stuff on the wall and see if it works. There's no silver bullet. It takes a collaboration between the practice and whatever company you're working with. And just because something doesn't work, it doesn't mean that that system is broken. It just means that we need to figure out the correct messaging or the correct audience to go after with that messaging, and keep trying and trying things. And I know that a lot of marketing companies out there aren't the most ethical. They will tell you they're doing things, they're maybe not really doing them, or you just hear all the chatter around you like, oh, I'm getting these types of results, and you're thinking to yourself like, why isn't my marketing company doing this for me? And the truth is I believe that for the most part, everyone out there is trying to do well by other people. There are some companies that will try to take advantage of you, but for the most part, people are trying, and you just got to align yourself with a company that you want to work with. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I can make everything you want come true, but I'll try my hardest, and I'm going to work with you to figure out what's best for you, because no two practices are the same, and you need to find a true partner. Again, there's no silver bullet when it comes to a marketing company. The practices that engage with us the most are the ones that are always the most successful.